a season it has been for the Hornets. And boy, we're just gonna jump straight in with them, to be honest, just on a quick one. Boy, them men have been balling.
Do you know what? Yeah, they're so fun to watch. There is so many.
They really are, man.
This Hornets team. Terry Rozier's having a near all-star season where he's just hitting shots like it's no one's business. Bro. The guy just hits big shots. I feel like he's got MJ on the line every night telling him what to do. The Gordon Hayward signing, we were talking about it before the pod. Like, Gordon obviously like bums out of Boston, but it's an inspired signing for. Fuck, sorry boys. Fuck off, geez. I'll pick that up if you're editing it. It's an inspired signing by the Hornets, man. Like it's a 4-year, 120 deal, which people sort of thought, oh, that's a bit techie. But it's good to get a veteran in at Charlotte, a place where a lot of free agents aren't going to go. I don't know, like it's been fantastic, and they're so fun to watch again. Like LaMelo Ball is obviously the runaway rookie of the year, and he's that for a reason, man. When you watch the games.
Bro, but we say runaway rookie of the year. We say that, but didn't Anthony Edwards just post a 40 point?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, but they won like 10 games though. When you said runaway rookie of the year, I was thinking, no, I was like, nah, he is though. He is, because from goal, even before he was starting, he's been the rookie that you're most impressed with night in, night out. Like Edwards has had those spots where he's been like, you're like, wow, okay, cool, this guy's serious. But he's also had those games where you're a bit like, I'm not sure about you, Plus the team's been hot garbage for the longest
Edwards
as well. And
shooting high volume and just not making a lot of shots at the start of the year. And I was having this conversation with my brethren earlier, like, it hurts when you have a rough start to the season because everyone just kind of forgets after the first week or so. They form their opinions on who's having a good year, who's having a bad year. It's almost like they just don't keep an eye on the standings, so they formulate their opinions early. Suddenly, do you know what I mean? Like players like Luka Doncic is having a fantastic year. Because he had a slow start, people kind of just like think, oh no, Luka's not having a good year. It's crazy. Can't form your opinions in week one and just like stick to them. The ebbs and flows of the NBA season.
No, it's true.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like, I can't lie, with Anthony Edwards, I think they've written off the rookie race way too soon as well. Like you said that they wrote other people off. Bro, the season is only like what, halfway through, around about halfway through, and man posted 42 in his last game, 29 before that, 34 before that. So, like, come on, he's putting up serious numbers. I think the only holdback is just because the Timberwolves suck and they have 4 hot set. I think that's the only holdback.
But what's crazy is that the Timberwolves actually have they actually have a roster where you look up and down and you like a lot of their guys. Like Malik Beasley is a very, very good player. Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns is obviously incredible. Ricky Rubio was great last year. D'Angelo Russell was injured right now. Josh Okogie's locked down. And there's so many other little guys that if you watch, you're like, okay, I don't mind him. But obviously they've been losing for so long. They just had a new coach, so we'll see what I'll go on for that. But no, Anthony Edwards has just been so impressive. His playmaking's been pretty good, actually, in and out of pick and rolls. And he's just how do you jump that high, fam?
And he's a big boy as well. He's a big boy. Well.
He's like 240. He's not some Andrew Wiggins. He's a big 240.
He's a big boy and he moves for sure. Hurts me that he's born in 2001, but he's doing his thing.
Oh dear.
I need to stop looking at rookies. It's getting to that point now. I need to stop looking at rookies' ages and stuff. Like, it's just long. It's just long. It's not worth it, man. I need to just be looking at all the other statistics. That one just closed my eyes because it's just long. But yeah, no, I think, especially like before the draft, there was obviously conversation about who should have been the number 1 pick. And I think the Timberwolves did the right thing. They definitely did the right thing there. It was a pick that made the most sense at the time, in my opinion, anyway. And but it's definitely paying dividends because like he looks like he's having fun more so now than he did at the start of the season for obvious reasons as well, because he was struggling a bit at the start. And yeah, no, I'm impressed by him, but I still think it's Lonzo's. LaMelo's. I still think it's LaMelo's to lose.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's fair. I mean, LaMelo's currently averaging 16, 6, and 6, basically. That's
very good for a rookie.
Bro, that's a very, very solid stat line. Ever since he started, bro, the guy's been, I think since he started, he's been averaging closer to 18 a game. So yeah, the he's been cold. Like we all know what he's been putting up every single night, and he's been doing it. Sure, I can't lie. He's been posting fairly good percentages from pretty much around the board.
Yeah,
and
it's relatively low volume.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing that has caused that. I think is because of the players that he has around him, like Rozier, Hayward. We were talking about them before. Those guys are taking like a lot of the bigger shots and taking that off him, as opposed to Anthony Edwards, who is probably going to be having to take those bigger shots at Timberwolves. So.
Yeah, the Timberwolves are putting the ball in his hands. Yeah, it's great to see, man. It's great to see for sure.
So now we love it, but I don't personally, I don't think that the rookie of the year race is over just yet. I don't think it's over. I mean,
maybe not.
Call me an optimist, but I don't think it's done quite yet. But the Timberwolves, they definitely need to up their percentage, because we've spoken about this hella times. It's always narrative, innit? It's always narrative when it comes to awards like these. And if your team sucks, and especially the Hornets, they sucked last season, they're good now. Some of that's going to be attributed to LaMelo. Like some of that is going to be put right on his back.
He's a winning basketball player.
He is.
I'll tell you what, the Timberwolves don't really want to be winning games right now, because of their top protected draft pick going to the. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't want to be. It's techie. They want to be in that top 4. Do you know what I mean? They want it. They want to be whack right now. Like, it's a bit of a techie one with the Timberwolves for sure. No, we'll keep an eye on it. Definitely.
Yeah, they currently have the worst record, 10-32. Oh my gosh,
that's heartbreaking. A lot of that played with that cap, to be fair.
Yeah. And like, we were saying this before, like D'Angelo's barely played. He's barely played. Cat barely played. They barely played together.
Played like 5 games together, I think.
Yeah.
What's been the issue there though? Why are they barely playing together?
Injuries.
Cat was out. Cat was out with COVID, and then D'Angelo Russell had to get something screwed in his knee. He's out for 6 weeks. Like it's just been a bit techie. They just haven't really been balling. And
D'Lo was one that they were trying to put D'Lo and Cat playing together. That was something that they were hedging a lot of their bets on.
I'd say so, yeah. Damn. They gave up some serious draft picks.
Serious. But I mean, hey, we can look at it like this. All might not be lost. All might not be completely. I mean, for them it probably is. But for other teams, it probably isn't. Because we've seen that the trade deadline is fast approaching. The trade deadline is very, very, very soon. And some teams have been making some huge pickups. I can't lie. A huge pickup by the Bucks was PJ Tucker. Because other teams were looking at him. Lakers were looking at him. I think maybe the Nets were looking at him at one point as well. And maybe some other, championship contenders, they were all looking at PJ Tucker as a real serious role player, a very important player for the team to come in, and the Bucks picked him up. But what do you guys think about that pickup from the Bucks? Do you think that pushes them over the edge? Do you think this gives them what they need to come out of the East, maybe? What are you guys telling me?
It's big because now you replace Pat Connaughton with PJ Tucker, and like as much as I like Pat Connaughton, they're just 2 completely different players. And PJ has obviously just done so much in a short time in Houston, being their small ball center at 6'6", and Houston's defense was predicated solely on switching, non-stop switching, and that's what the Bucks have been killed for in the past 2 years. They get criticized for do you know what I mean, dropping the big man in pick and roll and not switching. So now you add like one of the switchable defenders in the league, and granted he hasn't looked fantastic at all, PJ Tucker, but I mean neither did Harden in Houston. So I'd like to think that even though, do you know what I mean, even though he's probably not at his peaks, PJ Tucker is going to do serious bits for Milwaukee. I think like the problem is that I found myself saying this yesterday about underestimating Milwaukee and sleeping on Milwaukee, etc., etc. But the circumstances are just so different this year. Like Drew Holiday is like, we all know he's a bad boy. Like he's literally the clamps defender in the league. Like nobody wants it with Drew Holiday. I can't pick a single player that does on the wing. So I think there's a lot going on. There's a lot different in Milwaukee right now. PJ Tucker, Drew Holiday, these are championship ads.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. And I think even on that, Milwaukee had a lot of trouble earlier on this season with that drop coverage because they were just getting torched from 3, and they had to make changes while they were struggling early on, and they've definitely picked up. And I think adding PJ Tucker to that, it's only gonna help them, even if he's not, like you say, even if he's not 100%. of what we've seen him be, he's still like, it's not going to hinder at all. It's definitely going to help them. And if they are to end up in a matchup against the Nets at some point in the Eastern Conference playoffs, then that could prove to be very important along with Drew. So I think it's definitely steps in the right direction after that shaky off season they had in terms of securing certain players. So yeah, it's a good look for the Bucks. Definitely a good look for the Bucks. Especially since like it was a signing as opposed to a trade. So it's like all that talk of players don't want to go to Milwaukee. I mean, PJ Tucker isn't exactly a superstar, but still, he could have gone to the Lakers, he could have gone to the Nets, he went to the Bucks instead. So yeah.
But I need an answer.
That's
Does this make them come out of the East? Does this make the Bucks come out of the East?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know.
I sent shots in the mail, but I beg to differ. Think you won't tell, bro, I beg to differ. Spoke to your girl.